Welcome back to this channel. This is Unfiltered Forex with me, Clement, and in this video, I'll be talking about, or rather, explaining what has happened in the last 24 hours in the markets. And as you can see, I'll be talking about price action. And this is the Euro USD chart. It's open, so we're going to discuss what's happened yesterday. Yesterday was on Monday, Martin Luther King Day, the holiday, and it was when President Donald Trump was being sworn in. So, as you can see, there are some uncomfortable, or rather unusual price movements here, right? Unusual, but they are about to become the new normal given that Trump is now president. So, these are what I'm going to be explaining. So, first, of course, you can see this is where Monday starts. This is where Monday starts, and around here this was when the supposedly the New York session was supposed to begin, but yesterday was a holiday, so the session was closed. And it's surprising that on top of the fact that yesterday was a holiday, we still got this much volatility. I'll start by explaining this big candle you see here. To better understand this move, it's easier for me to switch to the dollar index chart. Right. So when you see a big candle like this on the euro, it means the dollar weakened significantly this time. And then, yeah, the opposite is also true. When you see this big red candle on the euro, it means the dollar significantly gained strength during this hour. So let me switch to the dollar index chart so that you can understand that better. Yeah, this is good. Be explaining this big candlestick. So as you can see, this was around 1300 hours GMT, and actually it was around 1330 hours when the actual move began. Let me see. Yeah, you can see the M30 candle. That's when the actual move began, and this is to do with tariffs. At this time, this is when Trump said he won't do anything. He won't impose any tariffs on day one. So that was really good news for the markets, and that's where the dollar index dumped. And in case you don't understand what the relation between tariffs and this kind of price action is, let me explain that quickly. Remember, tariffs are a tax on imports. So tariffs lead to higher cost of imports, and that higher cost of imports is carried forward onto the consumer, and that's what's called inflation. It brings about inflation, so it causes more stubborn inflation, and if inflation gets more stubborn, it leads to no rate cuts, right? And no rate cuts, this is what makes the dollar stronger. No rate cuts makes this dollar stronger. So the opposite is also true. No tariffs means there is no inflation problem. Rather, inflation won't continue being a problem, and rate cuts are more likely to come, hence the weaker dollar. Right. That's the whole relation. So tariffs, talks of tariffs is going to bring about a stronger dollar. Talks of no tariffs is going to bring about a weaker dollar. Let's go back to the chart. So you can see at this time, let me show you that text. Here it is. Yeah, this is my Discord. Oh man, I don't know if it's visible enough. Let me make the fonts bigger. As you can see, the dollar. This is my Discord server, the premium, and yeah, at the time it was happening, I did inform the members about what was happening. So yeah, this is what's happened. Trump to lay out trade vision, but won't impose new tariffs yet. So this is the statement that sent the markets rallying, not just a weaker dollar. Like so, the euro gained quite a lot, and even the US stock market indices, they gained quite a lot for the same reason. If the talks of no tariffs bring about more likelihood of rate cuts, as inflation is less likely to be a problem. And then again, at this time, during, yeah, just after he said that, like an hour later, Trump did confirm that that statement was true. Let me see if I can get that tweet. Yeah, this is the one. Trump official confirms WSJ report that he'll stop short of imposing day one tariffs. So they have much expected tariffs that were supposed to be imposed on the day one, like you saw in my recent video, the one I did before this one. Yeah, the white bull is still here. Yeah, there was among the expected orders on day one, expected executive orders were the tariffs on China and Canada and Mexico. So it was a highly expected or day one order, but he said he's not going to do that on day one. Yeah, politicians, that's how they are. After he said that, the dollar continued weakening temporarily for some time. Yeah, I had some trades here. This was on, what do you call it? Yeah, but it was on Euro USD. I was trying to short it, but yeah, I got liquidated because of that. Trump did his thing. Okay, so on top of that, there's also now the actual speech. This was when after he was inaugurated and he was giving his first speech as the president. And there was something. This was when he did it 1700 hours GMT. This was when the speech was going on. And at this point, now allow me to switch back to the Euro USD chart since that's the one we use more commonly. Yeah, so you can see weaker dollar translated into a stronger euro during the hour, and you can see that move was sustained even the next hour, but it kind of cooled off. And this sell off now, this is when Trump was giving his speech, and this specific minute where you can see price really dipped this hard, it was when he said, despite saying that he won't impose the one tariffs, he said tariffs are coming. Yeah, he said tariffs are coming. There's this pen. He said tariffs are coming, and that's when price really fell to this level. But he didn't mention it again, so the market kind of just cooled and reversed back up. So yeah, that's what happened during this speech. And I was there watching, like I was watching Price by listening to the speech in the background, so I can tell what he said and how it's affected the market instantly. Yeah, that's what I would advise anyone interested in this kind of things to be doing. Watch or rather listen to the speeches as you watch Price. Remember, I think tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow is going to be the Federal Reserve meeting, FOMC meeting, and they're going to have a press conference afterwards. Yeah, as you listen to Jerome talk, you can watch price how it's moving. Right. So that happened, and the day closed quite in the green here for euro. The dollar was quite weak, and again at midnight. This is midnight GMT. That's when the executive orders started coming in, and Trump said he will impose tariffs on Canada and Mexico on February 1st. February 1st. Let me see if I can get that statement. Oh, yeah, even before we get to that one, this is what Trump said during the speech. He said, we will tariff and tax foreign countries to enrich our citizens. And that's when the dollar really spiked for a minute there and then it retraced. This was the statement he said. He didn't say anything else about tariffs after this, right? Okay, I was about to show you this. Yeah. And this is when, yeah, Trump enacts tariffs on Canada and Mexico on Feb 1st to enact tariffs. Yeah, he said he's going to consider imposing 25% tariffs on Mexico and Canada. Still no sign of tariffs from Chinese imports, but yeah, Mexico and Canada are already on the hit list. As you can see the time here, this is 3:50 a.m. This is East African time. In GMT, this is midnight, and you can see dollar index rises 30 basis points on Trump's tariff comments. Yeah, and and you can see here, yeah, there was a big candle here. This is around 50 basis points within that hour that Trump released that saying he will impose tariffs on Canada and Mexico. And already, even before we get before I say anything else, you can already tell the Canadian dollar is bound to be very, very weak because of this, because of that statement, because Canada is being directly affected by the tariffs, and hence you can expect a bigger move on that currency, the Canadian dollar. And if you check the USD card, yeah, you can see it's true. The move here was a full percentage point. So it's over 100 basis points. And you can see at some point it was really almost 150 basis points rally. So you can see the move was bigger on the Canadian dollar because Canada is being affected directly by those tariffs. And you can see the Canadian dollar is still weaker and is probably likely to continue weakening for some time. And that's really it. The reaction on the stock markets was quite similar. As you can see here, I was taken out in the morning. Unfortunately, I had a trade here, but I was taken out. Let me switch to a cleaner chart. As you can see, the moves we saw on the currencies are kind of similar to what was seen in the stock market indices. Yeah, this was 1300 hours GMT when Trump said no tariffs for now. The market rallied because of more likelihood of rate cuts. And then at midnight, when Trump said, yo, the tariffs are still coming and they're coming on February 1st, price just dipped. And you can see this was almost a full percentage point drop. And on midnight, this is the Asian session. And yeah, you can tell if this was happening during the New York session, it could have been something else. But now price has mostly recovered, and I can't say whether it's likely to go higher or lower, but yeah, it's a wait and see kind of thing at this time. But for the currency, yeah, you can expect the dollar to continue gaining strength for some time as the situation evolves. But that's what it is for now. Because as you can see, like these two moves, they happen in less than 24 hours. They're not even 12 hours apart. No, they're not even 12 hours apart. So this tells you like we are about to see some unusual market volatility, especially this week as the new executive orders come in and newer ones come in, and the previous and some of the executive orders of the previous administration get revoked. You're likely to see such uncomfortable price deviations. All right, so that's it for this video. I hope you learned something new. Make sure to leave a like and share the video to someone who you know might find this interesting. Have a lovely day.